Overpopulation may have its pitfalls, but when it comes to sports, India has a seventh of the world's gene pool to choose from. Sure, we've broken world records and we have hundreds of athletes to be proud of. But how is it that a country of 1.2 billion people has only 28 Olympic medals in 122 years, but a country a fourth of our size has won 100 times as many? When it comes to international sports, India is a big underachiever. India's official sports budget is a negligible percentage of our GDP compared to international winners. 65% of these funds flow into cricket, which is coincidentally not even an Olympic sport. The UK spends $1.5 billion on sports infrastructure and training. India spends only a third of this amount. Considering this budget is spent on far fewer people, their investment per capita is 63 times more than India's. This is a problem because there's a direct correlation between how much we spend and how much we win. India's Olympic Association, despite being the body that is in charge of identifying, training, and sending athletes to the Olympics, has inadequate government funding, and private sources are their only relief. In March 2018, the government increased funding to the Sports Ministry of India, but none of this went to the IOA. Instead, it funded a duplicate program. The impact of politics in sport is one of India's greatest downfalls. In fact, instead of former athletes and sports managers, you'll find politicians and bureaucrats on the boards of sporting bodies instead. This is why our federations and associations run the risk of being de-recognized, debarred, or worse still, for a few qualified athletes to be disqualified. It's these aspiring Olympians that are handed the shortest end of the stick. For instance, in Orissa, two perfectly qualified athletes couldn't secure a place in the Olympics because a power failure in the stadium meant their timing had to be recorded manually. Meanwhile, sports bodies were busy passing around the blame. 2 days later, at the very same venue, athletes were asked to stop their training to make way for a film shoot. With no financial support from India, Winter Olympian Shiva Keshavan had to crowdfund his ticket to Sochi, and Dipa Karmakar was only given a measly 2 lakhs for her customized Olympic training. Even her therapist was rushed in only after she qualified for the final. She did, however, receive a reward from the government, but that was only after she won. Believe it or not, India spends more money on athletes that have won than on training them to win. All this makes international sport a high-risk career. It's not conducive to success, lucrative, or retirement-friendly. It's no surprise that there is more money to be made in cricket than in our national sport. And few know the sad story of Sita Sahu, who won Olympic medals for India but now sells Golgappas to make a living. Raising the profile of sports in India isn't just for international recognition. 40% of our population is under the age of 20 and their energy needs to be channelized. So far, we've only managed to reach 0.00067% of them. India has so much potential, but our plans and our priorities are so misplaced. No wonder we're called the sleeping giant. Want something explained? Write in with your suggestions to contact@wtdnews.com and we'll do it for you. And don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel.